Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucy Show. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, I've been meaning to talk about this. I first heard about this whole FIFA World Cup thing. Like, honestly, I've only really remember watching it like when I was younger with my uncle, like maybe one time, one of the World Cups. I don't even know which one it was or where it was held. And then when I was working at the bar at one point in time, I also watched it, but I have no idea what the heck is going on. So I'm not a big soccer person. Like, I would love to afford to see Cristiano Ronaldo one day. I don't think I ever will because people keep saying that this is like probably going to be Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo's like last time up there, but who knows? Maybe they'll never retire. Um, I have an interest in wanting to watch it, but I just don't really understand like the rules and how it works. But I am seeing in headlines. So first, actually, I heard about people wanting to boycott. I think I want to say Beckham, but do your own DD, entertainment purposes only. I heard like on some news outlet first, this was like over a week ago, that people wanted to boycott Beckham because he was either going to go there or do some type of an ad for Qatar FIFA World Cup. And then people were all like, oh, this is wrong. This is like anti LGBTQ, whatever. And I was like, oh, interesting. Like, how is this? How, like, what does that have to do with the World Cup? Like, obviously, I didn't read too much into the details of like the whole thing with Beckham, but I know people weren't happy. But it's just interesting to me because like we know that all around the world there's different cultures, there's these different ideas that people believe in, different religions, different ways of living. So, did we all of a sudden start to care just because the World Cup is held at a certain place? Like, I think I'm at a loss for words why people all of a sudden get riled up whenever something's like held in the news. Like, I understand that it's like it's in their face all the time because they constantly see it in the news, but I just think it's funny that people are all of a sudden talking about it and getting so angry. It's like, dude, 10 years ago it's pretty much the same thing. And right now the only difference is they're holding the World Cup, but they're not going to change. They're not going to change what they believe in for just because they're holding a World Cup. So it doesn't really make sense to me, but that's pretty much all I heard about it. And then I saw that every news outlet was then bashing this guy. He's the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino. I hope I'm saying that right. And I mean, you can just, this is from CBS News, but he said, we should be apologizing for the next 3,000 years before starting to give moral lessons to people, FIFA President Gianni Infantino said during opening remarks on the eve of the start of the World Cup tournament a day ago, calling critics of host Qatar's treatment of migrant workers hypocrisy. So that's something else. Then there was also this other drama that I didn't know about because people kept talking about like the LGBTQ questions, and then pretty much the anger that a lot of people had of why these celebrities or even these athletes were headed over there. It's like as if they should boycott, you know, against the money that they're making or boycott their careers for the communities. So this one is different because this was more about, I guess, the fact that ever since I think I want to say like 10 or 12 years ago, that I didn't even know that people knew for this long that it was going to be held in Qatar, but I didn't. I didn't even know that the World Cup was happening until just recently. But anyways, good thing to take your mind off of like stocks and crypto, and clearly Dogecoin being under 8 cents right now, which pisses me off. But um I saw this. I saw that this was on the news. How I guess they knew that they were holding this World Cup in Qatar for like I guess 12 years. That I think they bid for it or won it or whatever. I don't know how people get the rights to holding a World Cup, but countries take turns. And for them, they knew for 12 years, and I guess that like for the past like decade or whatever, they've just been hiring a bunch of workers, and apparently a lot of people died. Like I want to say more than 2,000 is what I read on the news, but correct me if it's under 2,000. But a lot of supposedly migrant workers died from like working on these. I think they have like somewhere around 6 or 8 stadiums or something. I don't know why that many stadiums is needed, but then again, I don't know too much about soccer, so maybe they have like multiple games going on the same day. I kind of saw this video about how like they had to change so much. It wasn't just like the stadiums. Overall, they spent like $220 billion, but the stadiums itself wasn't even that much of the money. Like majority of the money is for also them completely like revamping the area so then they can have like I think 100 flights a day, so people don't have to be stuck on like that one area where they're watching the games, and like I guess after the games they can fly around to like nearby areas to stay at their hotels. And they also built like I think at least 100,000 more rooms or something like that for the hotel rooms, because obviously whatever was there prior to like a decade ago wasn't going to be able to hold all the capacity. So I do see like kind of the pandemonium, and like there's going to be a lot of craziness going on when you're preparing for something gigantic like this. But it does make me sad to think that so many people died over watching. Well, this is a comment from someone else on a post, but basically someone was like, I can't believe all these people died to watch a bunch of people kicking around a ball, which I mean, in a quite literal sense, that it really is what it is. But basically, this guy is saying this is hypocrisy. Like other countries right now that are saying that they're doing something wrong, they're wrong because if you look, I guess, at the past 3,000 years, I think he's just basically saying that other people did it in the past, like hiring a bunch of people, migrant workers or people outside of town, and then those people dying. That's happened many times over, so nobody should point fingers. And then he's getting like bashed on a lot of outlets. I want to know what you guys think. To each his own, because I think depending on how much history you know, how you were raised, your own outlook on life, it could be a very controversial topic. But I respect whatever it is that you guys decide. I just think it's interesting. And I don't think I've really made up my mind on how I feel about this, because this goes so deep as to like right and wrong and everything that we're doing now. Because if we keep digging towards the past, you're really just going to have to keep digging and then find out like the first moment in time when like two people were pissed off at each other, whether they're from the same culture or background or not. But like you really have to go keep digging to the back and find out like the first moment in time when two people were pissed off at each other, who was in the right, who was in the wrong, to really know. Hold on, sorry, let me read some of your comments. Yay, she's back. Yes, I'm getting my energy from this Sprite right now. I know it's bad, so bad on vacation, but I'm not contagious. I am a little bit. I think I'm still sick. It's so weird. Like I think I'm sick, but I don't show that I'm sick. I have a lot of makeup on. I think that also covers it up. But I don't have like mucus anymore. My throat doesn't hurt. It never hurt. I don't cough, but I just feel so tired. Like I'm just tired. Tired unless I'm dancing for TikTok videos. But I just feel like I'm not well. But then I can't tell if it's because, you know, my portfolio just continues to plummet. But the Sprite is literally keeping my spirits up. I know it's bad. It tastes so good. Wow, Alan. I just went down to whole Qatar World Cup rabbit hole. So crazy, Zombie Doge Army says. Alien has my gold. Very hard to get actual numbers. Yes, nothing document. If you die, you die, Drago says. Look up Johnny Harris on YT. He's a very smart investigative reporter. Say to say, but if you are not one of them, a Qatar citizen, you are pretty much second, third class citizen. Exactly, Henry Zombie says. So yeah, what did hi there, Diane69, welcome. 300 billion and 10 years spent to build. Lots of migrant workers imported to build. I mean, the whole topic of migrant workers imported to build. I'm going to say this. If migrant workers are imported, I think everyone's using that as headlines to make it sound like right off the bat they hire migrant workers, they don't care about them. But I think the other devil's advocate argument is also nobody was like forced to do it. I think the people who signed up for it, or at least from my understanding, were not forced to do it. It was more its job where you decide to take the money or not. So I'm a little bit confused there why that's considered a big deal. But I don't think it's worth it to die over soccer. And I mean, I guess I feel about that the same thing with war because soldiers are paid money as well. And then it sucks. It sucks to die over land. It sucks to die over soccer. It sucks to die over really anything. But that's just my personal point of view. I just don't think it's worth it to die over something that you don't need to die over for. Like there's other ways to resolve lots of things. And one day this will stop, obviously, like building things. I hope that 20 years later, or maybe 10, 15 years, it'll be robots doing it. Tesla bots, I don't know, instead of actual human beings. But until then, unfortunately, this will probably continue on. And I'm surprised you said 300 billion because I am literally Googling this. I've not watched any of the World Cup games. I mean, I think I just don't care for it right now. I mean, if I had the money, I probably want to go there just to watch it. But not really fun for me right now to watch. I'm just literally getting all the drama from like every single news outlet talking about it. But Qatar says they spent more than 220 billion on this World Cup. I know that they spent the most though out of like any country ever. That's what's making headlines. The fact that they spent so much money on it is insane. More than twice the previous 8 World Cups combined is what it says. They built stadiums and hotels and a brand new airport. I don't know though, like if they were doing it, this is more of like a pride thing. That's only something I think they would know. Whoever was in control would know. Because I'm curious if like they spent that much money because they needed to, like they absolutely needed to, because obviously like you can't handle like that many people. So do they need to do it? Or was the 8 stadiums like not that necessary? Or maybe they could have built cheaper stadiums. So I'm just curious, like, what was the truth here behind these things that were done? Is it like to show off that they're the best and that they made the most, they spent the most money, and just forever kind of like make the headlines on that? And then maybe try to spend so much money so they can get more money in return. I don't know how much money they can make back from all of this. I don't know the numbers. Let me know if you know how much countries usually make off of these expensive World Cups being held. But considering they spent more than all previous 8 countries or whatever combined, I don't see how it's possible for them to make back all the money if the other countries didn't make that much money. I read he died at 49 years old. Sad, Henry says. Rest in peace, Green Power Ranger. Green Power Ranger died. Are all the Power Rangers, all the other ones alive? Because all I know is that I've heard the yellow one, the Asian one, she passed away, I think, very young, like very early on. That's all I know. I don't really know about the other Power Rangers. But I didn't actually grow up like watching Power Rangers religiously, so I don't know that much about it. But I do know that, oh, we talked about this before, how they literally had each ranger kind of be like the color, the race. What's up, fam? Hi there, Dot Boy Productions. Remember all the sexual favors FIFA leaders get bribes too, Henry says. FIFA and Olympics are both shady business deals. I mean, it's at the end of the day, just all money is how I interpret it. That's why when I see stuff and I see people speaking out on these representatives, I'm like, where's the money at? That's just got to follow the money. So let me see what, okay, you guys can hear what he says.
We have told many lessons.
That was what he said.
Some Europeans from the Western world.
It's the FIFA leader dude.
I'm European. Actually, I am European. Not just I feel European.
Okay.
I think for what we Europeans have been doing in the last 3,000 years around the world, we should be apologizing for the next 3,000 years before starting to give moral lessons to people.
So basically, I think he just thinks that, like, the way I interpret that, and a lot of people in the comment section on that video interpret it, is just, I think he's justifying that what Qatar is doing, or I guess did, with the migrant workers, and a lot of people died in building the stadiums and stuff like that, is normal. Because in the past, in the last 3,000 years, I mean, I don't know, is he referring? Is he because I don't even know, is he talking about, like, building every single empire ever? Lots of people died. Every single tall building there is, because obviously as technology got better in the past, I'm assuming a lot of people died. I mean, like, even the pyramids, obviously they say there's like skulls and stuff within, and then there's supposed to be skulls you can find in China with the Great Wall. So I do understand. So I nor do I want to bash him for saying that, but then it also doesn't make it okay either. So I feel like, yes, all humans should be ashamed for having all these deaths happen. But then it's also sad because we all reap the rewards. It's like, same thing with medicine. If people didn't die, and if there wasn't like war and all these bad things that happen, unfortunately, to people, we also probably wouldn't have so much medical breakthroughs. Could there have been a better way? Yes. But that's not how that's not how history went down. Unfortunately, a lot of bad things happened, but then a lot of good things came out of it too. And then people usually just reap the rewards and then blame the bad people of the past, but then they're still reaping the rewards of the gains from what followed through. So it's tough. I definitely think that one thing is bad, though, is that anybody outside of Qatar is like trying to bash, like, let's just not talk about, I guess, just the migrant workers, I think, and even their treatment of LGBTQ communities. There's a lot of, like, I guess, judgment upon their culture and that everything that they believe in. And it's like as if people expect them to change, to like completely change just because they're holding a World Cup. And I think that's really unnecessary because they're not going to change. They have a bunch of, it's like throwing a party. You're going to throw a party and, well, they're charging you for this party. So they're throwing a party, basically. They're charging people for the party. They're not going to change their perspectives and their taste for music and what they believe in, anything for the people coming to the party that's paying them money. Near Oak Grove High here, LOL. I work your area every other Tuesday, Henry says. Wait, what? It's been going on way longer than 3,000 years, Alan says. Yep. You're virtuous. Virtuous says, you're so complex and inquisitive. Hi there, JV Love. Let's click all the likes. Yes, guys, thank you so much. Please destroy the like button. So there's so many polls I would like to do, but I guess I'll just start with this one. Do you think what Qatar did with, I mean, it's just a hard question to even ask because I don't want to say that what they did with the migrant workers, because they didn't like literally murder them. They hired them to do a job. And unfortunately, when you're working, there are things that can happen on the job. I don't know about their contracts, So I can't even say like what they did with that because I don't think, or I hope, nobody on this planet just like is out there to kill people for like soccer game. So let me just say this. Do you think oh, and they got the BTS guy, apparently. I saw that on Twitter. I was like, wow. I didn't think they would hire. And it's not even all of BTS. It's like one dude from BTS that was like at the opening. Do you think Qatar, I have yet to watch that, but I heard it was good. Do you think Qatar World Cup should be? I mean, hold on. Boycott it. That makes sense. Do you think it deserves to be boycotted? Wait, sorry. My internet is freezing up. Yes or no? I wonder how tough where the laws are. I wonder how many foreigners will be arrested in Qatar. Henry says, yeah. So I guess instead of I'm not gonna pose a question where I have to truly understand what happened because I don't know what really happened with all of these workers. So the question would be, knowing everything you know about this entire drama in Qatar, and then how the Westerners are all very pissed off, do you think that people should boycott it and just not watch it? Basically, you're putting the blame on this entire place and their belief system, what they did, everything, everything. I did find this funny though, that this is on Fox Sports. Qatar spent 300 billion to be humiliated in epic World Cup fail. And it says in the 92 years of World Cup, which by the way, I did not know it's been 92 years, no host had lost their opening match before Qatar this morning fell 2-0 to Ecuador. That is crazy. I think like they're definitely making headlines. I don't know if any other World Cup was like this controversial or whoever held it got this much backlash. Then again, I don't remember it because I was never really a huge FIFA World Cup watcher. So if you guys know if there's any other place that held the World Cup and got more backlash than Qatar, let me know which one because I don't really remember if I've ever heard on the news that it was like this bad before. But anyways, it says for a nation who had spent nearly 2 decades and billions of dollars developing their national team from minnows to reach the top 50 in the world rankings, it was utterly humiliating start to the first World Cup on Arab soil. It started in dire fashion when Ecuador captain and all-time top scorer Ener Valencia found the back of the net inside 3 minutes after some miserable defending. What would have been the fastest goal in a World Cup curtain raiser was fortunately and controversially ruled out by VAR, but Qatar's day hardly improved. Valencia was given a clear penalty in the 16th minute, which he scored the first time in history that the opening goal of Cup came from the 12-yard dot. Okay, yeah, like no idea what the heck any of that means, but I guess they lost. I don't even know if you lose the first opening, is that like game over for you? Or are they like just done? Like they'll never win again? Or they're just like very low on the totem pole. And then they can, I don't know, play Portugal or something later. I know you saw that, Lucy. Wait, what? Your mom will pump before Doge. Is that what you want me to read? I just read that right now. Are you saying that to me? Don't be bringing my mom into this, zombie. Or are you saying that to someone else? Qatar not the ideal location to the host FIFA, but eventually Kryptonian says it has to be done by one of those countries with limitations. I remember watching Lucy show when Elon said to the moon on SNL, missed that all-time high. Doge Digger says, Yeah, I missed that all-time high too. But you're on the wrong channel. That was the main channel. This is the second channel where we talk about things that doesn't have to be with Elon Musk. As much as I love Elon Musk, but it's been it's been hard. It's been hard to think about Doge and Elon Musk and then the SNL. I have some stress over that. No worries. LOL should be a mod. Salvador Army. Wait, is that what you were referring to? Not until the second round they still have a shot. Oh, okay. So they only lost and really became the first to lose so badly on the opening, but it's not completely game over. A few governments basically had players killed after losing games, Henry says. Wait, what? France winning the World Cup. Who is going to win the World Cup? Like, who do you guys think is winning the World Cup? Because I don't even know who's going to make it in the end. All I know is Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and I didn't even know that Lionel Messi was like super famous in Spain for Spain until I went to Spain. So I'm not good at this. But because I'm not so good with my sports teams, I'm just going to say I hope Cristiano Ronaldo's team wins. I want to say Manchester, London, but he's from Portugal, right? I think. Whatever. Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I hope one of them wins because I can't really name anybody else. Cristiano Ronaldo did a collab with Binance for NFTs. Yes, I do know that he basically got paid by Binance. That was big. I do applaud Binance on that one because Cristiano Ronaldo is even more famous than Tom Brady in terms of like overall influence because Cristiano Ronaldo is like the most followed guy ever. I want to say on Instagram. Yeah, I think on Instagram. Italia, Mexico. I heard that Canada was in the World Cup this year. Is that true? And that usually they're not, but they are this year. Brazil, France, England, Germany. Henry says, okay, wait. I'm gonna do a poll. Oh wait, I have to end this one. Okay, so you guys are kind of like 50-50, I guess, on whether you should boycott Qatar or not. I just feel like the people who are saying that they should be boycotted for things that they already always believed in makes no sense. It's like, why don't you go care about North Korea right now? They're not holding a World Cup anytime soon, I don't think, but lots of things there that are different from the US. So I don't think people, whenever a place is holding a party of any sort, should start pointing fingers if they didn't point fingers, prior to the party. That's what I believe in. But it is very sad that people had to die over a bunch of people kicking around a bunch of balls. New poll. Who do you think will win the World Cup? I'm just gonna put in what you guys said because the US is part of it. Thanks, Kryptonian, because I didn't even know. They're kind of European, so they might be good, but not historically. Thanks, Zombie, for being around, regardless of the fact. I just can't add any more mods because I know people are gonna feel bad. How about American football? No, I'm not good at any of the sports. I like to watch them sometimes. Like I tell myself I'm gonna pay for a soccer game someday. If I can afford future World Cup, hopefully less controversial, I would do it. I want to see a soccer game for real one day, one of these days in my life. I've watched basketball before. I do like it, but I want to watch things I haven't seen. I've seen hockey before. I think the only things I really have interest in and I really want to watch is like tennis, soccer. Yeah, that's about it. Just tennis and soccer in real life. Maybe a football game, actually. 3. That would make 3. Soccer games are a whole nother level. I do see the excitement because I do remember, like I said, I worked as a bartender before, and soccer games were pretty much like the most intense. You and me both over on Steven's channel, Zombie. Alan says, wait, Steven's still on right now? It's okay, you guys can leave here to go to Steven's. Zombie would make a horrible mod, Alan says. What? Smash that like or whatever, don't smash it. What do I care? Whoa, Zombie Doge Army. And now you know why you're not a mod. Just kidding. Wait, okay, what are my options that I put? I'm gonna put Canada as one of them. See who votes for them. Imagine if Canada wins the entire World Cup. That would be hilarious. So Canada, did someone say Italy? Italy at option, Mexico. There's only so many I could put. Should I put Spain? I think they're in it. Okay, I can only put so many. Spain / I don't know if Portugal is gonna be in it. I'm terrible. Oh, okay. All right, that's good. It's good that Steven Steele and I are not clashing. But apparently, what's it called? I just saw one of Elon Musk's tweets that he is going to be working on video formats because somebody asked him about like Twitter videos. Because you know how right now, like I think you can do a video, but then everybody has audio or something like that. I think somebody asked him if he could work on like multiple videos at the same time. So I guess that would be like a Zoom meeting. That would be really, really cool to do that because I don't know how to do that on YouTube. So it would be cool to do Twitter spaces, but like video with you guys. I still haven't done any, I guess, videos lives with anyone, but that would be cool. We'll probably win. Brazil will probably win it. Oh, shoot. I didn't put Brazil in there. My bad. 56% believes in Mexico. Can you guys name somebody like from the team that's really good from Mexico? Yeah, tomorrow we'll play Wales. Didn't know they had a team. Thought it was all UK, Henry says. Brazil will do it. My auto gen correct says, bracket says France, LOL. Can I vote for Texas? Zombie Doge Army says. No, you cannot. I did not place it as one of them. I don't know. I feel like for the World Cup, I don't know if the US has ever won one, ever. But I've just never really thought of the US as like good with soccer. It's always somewhere away from America or America Junior. Why am I the only chicken YOLO gang? Zombie Doge Army says. I don't know. We need more chicken YOLO gangs up in here. My Viva Las Chivas fam was from Guadalajara. Am I saying that right? Wait. Okay, gotcha. Yes, you called Canada America Junior. Mexico versus Poland. How many countries like made it in to the World Cup? I don't even know. I'll maybe watch it when it gets really exciting. Like at the end. I think I'll be down to watch that. Whenever that is, just remind me on one of these live streams and tell me blah 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 is playing blah 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 on the final of the World Cup. I'd be down to watch that and then just make a bet on who I think is going to win. Sweden, 32 teams, host team auto qualifies, such as Qatar. Oh, but they don't even have to be good. If you're the host, you're just there. That's cheating? That's so lame. I thought everybody has to qualify. I mean, isn't that the point? That's so strange. Then you literally, I guess money, as long as you have money, it all works out. So you literally pay your way through everything in life. And frugal? What? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I'm going to peace out and continue to watch more of my Grey's Anatomy. I'll leave it off on the note of whoever's watching my video because you never know who's out there. in reference to the recent massacre. I just think that if you need help, you can seek a professional. You can voice your opinion online, but you cannot and you should not hurt anyone ever. It doesn't solve any problems. And I'm constantly seeing in the news that it's always these young people who are doing it. I mean, I know older people do it too, but it just makes me sad because I feel like they just maybe didn't have someone to talk to, or again, we're having communication issues in our society, but just not right. Just not right to throw your anger out there in the world when you can find so many other ways to enjoy your life, or at least not bring unhappiness upon other people's lives. And then when you go to jail, even more unhappiness to your own life. So that's that. Have a good night, guys. It's great having you guys here. I hope you're right. Maybe Mexico will win. Take care, Alan. All of you, Zombie Doge Army, Dot Boy Productions, all of you guys, my mods, Henry, Diamond Hand 69. Thanks for joining. See you guys next time. And sending good vibes and love. Be happy. Go outside and smile at people and talk to strangers. Make their day. Bye.